dad was cared for here at St Vincent's Hospice between October and November 2018, and when he passed away on the 14th of November I made a pledge to repay the costs of my dad's care. He was actually here for 27 days, so quite a lengthy stay compared to some other patients, and I did a really crude calculation and worked out that it would probably have come to something in the region of £10,000 to cover the cost of his care. And £10,000 can be quite an overwhelming number when you look at it in isolation. So I just set about breaking that target down. I was able to work with my daughter through her school, St Columbus and Kilmacolm, and they very kindly offered to run a bake sale and a movie night for the kids. One of my friends, Alison Scott, kindly arranged a coffee morning. I was very fortunate with my employer, HSBC, who fund matched some of my money raised. So in 2018 they matched the money raised at my dad's funeral, and they also donated a further £1,000 through fund matching last year as all the donations rolled in. I ran the London Marathon in 2017, so this time around I knew what I was letting myself in for in terms of the gruelling training runs. I think if I ever see the psychopath from Kilmacolm to Johnson again, it will be too soon. So I knew it was going to be physically demanding and physically tough. And I also knew that the Loch Ness Marathon had some added challenges in terms of it being a really hilly course. I probably had underestimated just how hilly it would be. I don't think I was able to walk properly for about 10 days after the race. Amazingly, I got exactly the same time in the Loch Ness Marathon as I did in London, which initially I was a bit disappointed with because I was really hoping to go under 4 hours. But I matched my time of 4 hours and 9 minutes, and I think when the sort of madness of the first few days had passed after the race, I really realised actually it was a much more challenging course, so I should have been really pleased with that time. In the end, I actually raised £10,350 with a final donation coming through for £350 from Old Ranfurly Golf Club in Bridge of Weir, which my dad was a lifelong member of. So I was able to bounce back from a really tough time in my life and actually turn a negative into a positive, which maybe sounds a bit cliched, but it really did help me in terms of my recovery and the aftermath of losing my dad. So I don't just see the money raised as a personal achievement. I see it as an example of what can happen when a community really comes together and gets behind a cause. So many people came together and helped the dream of raising £10,000 become an actual reality. So just a big thank you to everyone who was part of that journey last year, but also a big thank you to everyone who dug deep. People never really fail to surprise you. I would say to anyone who's thinking on fundraising that it doesn't need to be a massive Herculean effort like a marathon or climbing a mountain or competing in a triathlon. I think it's all the little things that really add up to something special.